Want to hear a story, huh? What about treasure hunters? Have I got a story for you? Pandora.
The Borderlands franchise is known for a lot of things. Great games, interesting characters, the worst movie in 2024. But there is one thing that this franchise has always maintained through the good and the bad, and that is the massive amount of weapons and items inside of the sandbox. With just weapons alone, Gearbox has stated that there is 17.75 million weapons inside of the game. Now, however misleading that statement is, in which it is very misleading, there aren't a crazy amount of difference between a lot of those 17.75 million weapons. There are a lot of really tough to get weapons inside of this game. None more than those that are inside of the Pearlescent tier of rarity. This video is a chronicling of how long it takes me, a Borderlands veteran, to go from level 1 Vault Hunter to being an owner of a Pearlescent tier item.
And if you die, you can't get your money back because you're dead. No need.
Don't be alarmed. I need you to stay calm and don't let on that anyone is talking to you. Start making your way off the bus. You don't have any reason to trust me, but I need you to believe that I'm here to guide you. I'm here to help you find the vault. In a moment, you'll be greeted by a funny little robot. Do everything he says. You'll know what I mean when it happens. I'll contact you again soon.
Well, we're here. Don't worry about saying goodbye. I'm sure we'll be doing this all again soon enough. Get off my bus.
Using my Vault Hunter of choice, Mordecai, I've landed off the bus outside of the small town of Firestone and I'm greeted by Claptrap. Claptrap explains to me what a first-person shooter is and how it functions. I take it upon myself to help the locals with their weapon hoarding issue. By relieving them of their firearms, I collect dust at the top of their homes. Now, to anybody who's wondering why I didn't pick Lilith over Mordecai, or any character over Mordecai, well, I kind of just really wanted to play Mordecai, that's it. I know Lilith is going to be faster in the long term, but really you could play any character you want in this game. You can make any character in this game steamroll everything inside of the game. It's not that big of a deal, but yes, if I did want to min-max this as much as possible, I could have gone Lilith, but that's the reason why I didn't. I just wanted to play Mordecai. Claptrap then calls me over to check out the fresh, all-new, premium-paid, upon-use death and dismemberment insurance machine that will revive me when I fall victim to the denizens of Pandora, and also comes equipped with an identity changer and the ability to recolor my swag any way I want it. After all of Claptrap's chicanery, I boot up the new U machine and establish my drip in homage to my favorite fictional lawyer.
I am not crazy!
Now that my new U has been made, I can finally start going through missions and getting those pearlescent items, right? Well, not exactly. The pearlescent items aren't realistically attainable in playthrough 1, which the realistically part I will explain later. It's not really something I want to get into right now, but this entire first playthrough is essentially us just getting through the game and getting enough levels, getting through the main story so that we can restart, go into playthrough 2, so that we can have a chance to get pearlescent weapons. While we were waiting for Claptrap to open up the gate to the town, a few bandits decided to come in and ask for solicitations at their door via their pistols, so we were asked by Claptrap to go alleviate the threat to help the townsfolk.
Kill him now!
I'll contact you again soon.
After alleviating the bandit threat, the Blue Lady tells us how good of a job we did, and we get to meet one of the denizens of Firestone.
Come on. Damn it. Blasted circuits are on the fritz again. Give it a go from the switch out there.
Time, but your kids will love it. We meet Dr. Zed, who is definitely a real doctor. Regardless, he asked us to deal with the skags at the gate of the town, and we happily do so. Let's get to work. God, why is it so goddamn loud? I don't know why it was so loud. This is a genuine question to anybody out there if you know. But every time anything exhaust related or animal related came up on the screen, or not came up on the screen, but came up in the game, it was so unbelievably loud. And the sound effects mix in with some of the other sounds in the game that I didn't want muted. So I just played with it most of the time. It was so frustrating.
You did it. You knew you were the right choice.
Before we could deal with the skags at the gate, some assholes shoot Claptrap, so we have to go fix them up. After the gate gets fixed, I further help the citizens of Firestone by helping at the local animal shelter. And if you can't already tell, there is a lot of running back and forth between places in this game, in this first playthrough. After dealing with a few bandits and getting a part for Dr. Zed's vending machine, he sends us to go meet with another local of the area, TK Baja.
You? One more step and it'll be your last. You should have seen the look on your face.
What up, Busta? Busta Jones with no leg. After meeting with TK Baja, we realize he's a pretty chill dude, and he asked us to go pick up his food that the skag stole from him. It's terrible. What the fuck? Or wow, that's impressive.
Smells like off-road. How you liking our planet anyway?
God, who is making these noises? Oh, they actually spawned. The bus driver we met apparently also owns a gun store, and he decided to open it up just for us.
Why don't you come over here and chat a while? Always nice to...
TK Baja told us he was done with these local bandits and gave us a fucking bomb to go blow up the barricade to where the main leader of the local bandit crew is. Oh, clutch level up. Alright, we've got one of the worst skill abilities in the game. Everybody get ready to be amazed. Fuck him up. Oh shit. Yep. Let me just do myself a favor. Is this actually just the same? What the fuck, Richard? After fighting through the army of the local wildlife, we finally meet the entrance of the lair of the man who commands all these bandits, Nine Toes. And Blue Lady tells us to fucking hold our horses because this guy's no joke. He's not the run of the mill type of bandit here. Oh, I thought I threw it. God damn it. Ah, yeah. Now, I'm not gonna lie and say I did it the most clean way I could have. We did take it down here fighting Nine Toes, but we did dispatch him pretty easily thanks to the Lady Fist we got at the grave right before we met him. Picked up some nice loot and then headed out. Blue Lady decides to contact us again, and basically she just basically tells us to not question what she says because she knows what's up. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, that seems like a good deal. Good idea. What could go wrong with that? We let TK Baha and Dr. Zen know that we took care of Ninetales Lickety Split without any issue. TK Baha has some side work he wants us to do, and because he's such a G, we're gonna do it for him. We take care of the skag that killed his wife, pretty easily, might I add. His ass just opened his mouth and I just shoved my gun down there. Ooh. Of course. That's kind of embarrassing, to be honest. First badass enemy, I died. It was very embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie. The first one I showed up to, and I got the patty wampus smacked out of me. I don't know what was going on. I'm gonna be completely honest. We're picking up these flowers for TK Baha. Second badass guy comes out, I deal with him lickety split. It ain't even an issue. Alright, listen. Ain't that something, man? Dude, he thought he had me for a second. He really did. No, we took care of him. We pick up the last seed here. Get another level. It ain't really even like a big deal for us. We get 2 chests out of here, out this biznatch. You know, it is what it is. After doing all that stuff for TK Baha, he gives us a pretty sick sniper and honestly not a great shotgun. You can make it work, but I mean really I'm not dealing with shotguns. I opt more for the sniper and the clipper that we got for Nine Toes here. Mechanic named Scooter says that a bandit local to here named Bonehead, he really is a bonehead, decided to steal his Digistruct model for his car machine. So we gotta go fuck him up. His ass is level 11, so if you are not prepared, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't really very prepared either. Your ass will get fucked up. God, I fucking hate using snipers early game. I don't know why so much of this early commentary that occasionally bleeps in when I wanted the audio play is just me whining. I'm pretty sure that's all I did, which is why a lot of the commentary was cut. So if you were wondering why, that is why. I re-listened to it and I sounded like a baby, so I stopped. I didn't record anymore for it. Now that we got the Digistruct model, Scooter tells us that we can actually use these machines all around Pandora that he has placed free of charge. We could just get a free vehicle just out of nothing. I'm not really sure how this Digistruct technology works, but hey, I'm all for it. We get requested by a doll scientist named Patricia Tanis to relocate her echo logs. They're essentially just audio journals that she made ever since she's been on here for Pandora. She got sent here by the Doll Corporation to go find the vault, and she kind of went insane for it. That's basically all you really need to know from those echo logs. Also, the Atlas Corporation is a bunch of dickheads. The Blue Lady FaceTimes us again and tells us that the dude that we're going after next, Sledge, is an asshole, and also that Shep Sanders guy is great to help. It totally won't backfire in the future, I'm sure. We get sent to go find Sledge's key to his mine that he's holed up in, but all we find is a paper saying that it isn't here, so job well done, but also we got another job to do, so it doesn't really matter. Come back to Shep, turn that in, and we go and find the mine gate key elsewhere. After picking up some side quests in Firestone, we find a completely legal death fighting ring just out off the road by Firestone, and it goes about as well as you'd expect. We have one more round we could do in that little ring of death thing, but it's level 18 and we're 12s, therefore we will die no matter what, doesn't really matter. So we opt in to go do some separate side quests. Oh my god, the audio in this cave is just gonna be so... Dude, man. I don't care. I'm actually getting annoyed. Dude, what is going on? Is this just... It's just like a war session in the background? Can this stop? Forever? Like, why is it... Are they even fighting anything? Or are they just standing there? What is going on? They're literally just standing there. I can't deal with that right now. Okay, sound effects for now are turned off. Oh my god, I can hear myself, thank god. Yeah, I don't know what it is with the audio in this game. It is commonly known that the Game of the Year Enhanced is significantly worse than playing the original version of the game. So if you do opt into deciding to play Borderlands, play the original, not the Game of the Year Enhanced. Bro. God damn it. As you can see, there was a claptrap clearly in distress there. Oil was leaking everywhere. You always want to pick up those quests because they can give you backpack SDUs, which increase your backpack space, therefore carry more loot, therefore less looking at your inventory. After finishing the side quest inside of the Lost Cave, we decide to exit and head back to Firestone to turn those in. But before we do that, we pick up the final log in the journals that doctor sent us to go do. Yo, welcome back. We're doing more Borderlands Pearlescent character, starting from level 1 straight to Pearlescent. We're running this shit up. We got noise, buddy. A man of few words I am, but let it never be said that I wasn't a man of wisdom when I was actually speaking. We got nutty, buddy. We were back here for day 2, coming at it strong. Actually, it wasn't strong at all. I only filmed for like 40 minutes. Regardless of how long I filmed, I decided to continue with the main story quest and also some of the side quests that we picked up earlier yesterday, just like the Moe and Marley side quest, which they both give you great weapons, so you should always do them. It doesn't matter what playthrough you're on. Always do Moe and Marley quests. After taking care of Moe and Marley, we head up to Sledge's safe house where the mine gate key is kept. Yeah, I think I'm just banned from getting that. After going through Sledge's safe house and picking up a claptrap SU, we find the mine gate key and a massive psycho that's charged with guarding it. Needless to say, he has a massive head and I have a sniper rifle, so it makes quick work of him. He's not really any form of threat.
Boom, headshot! Boom, headshot! I can dance all day! I can dance all day!
Okay, anything good? Holy shot. There's no shot, right, Shirley? Oh my fucking god. What the fuck? What the fuck? We got a masher. This is like... We hope explain how good this item is. It is essentially going to last until like level 40. The pale lady from the Atlas Corporation then starts yelling at us. Yo, crazy if I get another? No way. Now that we're done being scolded, we went to go do the final round of the Circle of Slaughter event outside of Firestone, which, with our new weapon, honestly, we handled very easily. Wow. At this point, we've done all the side quests that we want to do, and now it's time for us to finish up the Sledge storyline by going into the Headstone Mine and killing him. Oh my god, what is this, dude? Why? Yeah, so one of the biggest problems with Borderlands Game of the Year Enhanced Edition is it's extremely poorly optimized. More poorly optimized than the original version of the game, which was already not terribly optimized. Don't really know how they pulled that off. So unfortunately, I couldn't get good footage of me killing Sledge, but he's a big dude with a hammer. After killing Sledge, we make our way back to Zed to let him know the good news. After heading back to Firestone, we do pick up a few side quests.
I'll drink to that. Busted up 9
Swag me up.
Speed for me! Come on, little one! Time to die!
Swag.
Keep shooting!
After finishing up these quests, we headed to Firestone to turn them in. Marcus lets us know he has a financial opportunity for us.
Downloading and analyzing your DNA record. Human status confirmed. Access to the doll headland is granted. Please stand by while I activate the gate for you.
After killing Sledge, Dr. Zed tells us that he told the mayor of New Haven, Helena Pierce, to give us access to the doll headland. We take it upon ourselves yet again to deal with the animal wildlife population. That mechanic that we helped earlier, Scooter, tells us we need to free this guy Lucky to help us get around the doll headland. Scooter lets us know of the colorful past he and Lucky have, and tells him that he's a great friend and he's never going to do anything bad to him as we turn in some side quests. We get sent to go turn the Wi-Fi on by Lucky. After turning on the Wi-Fi, Lucky lets us know that we need to kill Mad Mel's men, who is the bandit that's in charge of this area. But before we do that, we're going to go do some side quests. We pick up the side quest Ghost of the Vault, and here we get just a bunch of bandits and some chests. But after we go and claim what we need for the side quest, we get attacked by the Scoliosis Squadron. After killing Mad Mel's patrols, Lucky tells us that he's probably riled enough to be willing to fight us, so we have to go into his little, I guess, racetrack and fight him there. But we make short work of him. It's not even a big deal.
I've received proof of Mad Mel's demise. Claptrap everywhere will rejoice. Please wait while I enable access to new Haven.
Now that Mad Mel's dead, we have access to New Haven, which is the main hub for where we're going to be staying for about the rest of the game. We get to meet Scooter in person, and in fact he has a side quest for us. After talking to Scooter, we head over to Helena Pierce, who is the mayor of New Haven, and we get sent to go turn the city's power back on. And you might be wondering why I fast forward a lot of these missions. A lot of these missions is just running back and forth through everything. This is 4x times, and all the mission is pressing E on a switch, literally everywhere. Boom, there's one. There's another over here. This is why I'm skipping a lot of the missions. So in case you're wondering, like, hey, how come you're not showing the whole thing? It would just be a lot of me running around. After fixing that claptrap, he showed us a location of a secret chest we could pick up. Didn't really give us anything, but, you know, good stuff to know. Yeah, that side quest we picked up from Scooter was to go check up on TK Baha. Unfortunately, his ass is grass. Some assassins came and killed him. For the reason why, we don't really know, but you know, it's fucked up. After helping out in New Haven, Helena Pierce lets us know the location of Tannis and tells us that if we're going to go after the vault, we might as well just go and hook up with Tannis, see what's going on with her. We unbox this chest and get a orange piece of gear here. The Defender, not particularly great. Alright, GG, bye. After the ending of day 2, I come back the third day, ready to ideally finish out my first playthrough so that we could get to playthrough 2. Before I left New Haven, I picked up some side quests that took place in the Tetanus Warrens, where we are right now, which also has a Claptrap STU to pick up. After finishing up those missions in the Tetanus Warrens, we clear a path to Earl's Scrapyard. Little known fact, this shit in Earl's Scrapyard, these two have higher chance to give like class mods. Oh. What the fuck? Yeah, just overall general higher quality loot. Yeah, if you're not super familiar with loot in the game, that was a double Anarchy SMG, which is inarguably the best archetype of SMG in the game. It does consume a lot of ammo, but it's essentially what the masher is to revolvers for SMGs. We meet Crazy Earl in his shack, and he says that he has a vault key piece, but to get it from him, he wants us to do a few chores for him. After completing those missions, Crazy Earl asks us to pilfer some beer from the local bandits. Oh, he had a double. No wonder he killed himself. He literally just ran. Crazy Earl admits that, in fact, this whole time he didn't even have the vault piece, and that a bandit leader named Crom stole it from him, and did in fact stab him twice. We set out to Crom's Canyon not before picking up a side quest that takes place there, which does give us a crazy good sniper that we're going to be using later on. Aside from the main story quests in Crom's Canyon, we got a Claptrap STU to recover, and a side quest NPC to kill for a great sniper. Yeah, my game crashed right before I got to the boss. Other than that, the entire canyon was wiped out, so I had to run through it again, and I'm going to loot. Maybe? They actually got in the cutscene? Crom is situated at the top of this little outlook. All of the trouble with Crom is basically just getting to him while being pelted by his machine gun, if it can even hit you. Once you're actually up there, he's so free. It's unbelievable. And boom, just like that, the second piece of the vault key is picked up by yours truly. Now before we can go to actually grab the third piece of the vault key, we have to go clear this bandit town controlled by a guy named Janus Cobb, which evidently isn't that hard because he's already dead. Swag up. After Janus is dealt with, Taylor tells us to go to New Haven to notify his allies that they're ready to move back in and reclaim Taylortown. They even got a little gift for us in the spirit of the Christmas season. Let's go check it out. To the surprise of literally no one ever, it wasn't actually a gift. He wanted to kill us. Now we can go and tell Helena Pierce what great work we've done. She essentially calls us a bunch of idiots and tells us that to repay what damage we have already brought by putting Taylor into power, we need to go back and kill him, which was almost as easy as killing his brother.
I can listen to you move your disgusting meat flaps, or I can stick an electrode up my back panel and call it paradise.
Blue Lady contacts us yet again and tells us that, nah, for real this time, this shit's about to get crazy. It doesn't actually get that crazy. You are about to see the biggest rookie mistake in video creation to date. For reasons I don't want to get into, I do not have the footage for the next 5 levels as well as everything that occurred during then. I was recording, but the footage was unloadable when I went to go and put it into the software to come edit and add to the videos. That happened for 3 other sets of recording during this video as well. This is probably the biggest instance of it. Everything else is just like 1 or 2 levels. But this one is definitely the most impactful, so I do apologize for that. The TLDR for this point is that after I defeat a giant monster that almost looks like the Gaping Dragon from Dark Souls 1, we obtain the 3rd piece of the vault key. Tannis sends us to go get to the 4th and final piece of the vault key, but there actually never was a 4th and final. There's only ever been 3, so we had the completed vault key already. She just sent us away on a fake errand, and it is revealed that she betrays us, partners with the Atlas Corporation, namely Steel. Steel tells us that the Crimson Lance attacks us after we kill Baron Flint, whom we thought had the 4th and final vault key. Then we break into an Atlas hideout, find Tannis, talk to her. She's like, yeah, my bad for betraying you, but Steel has a vault key now, and she's headed to go open it, like, at this moment. So at this moment, we are going to the vault to open it. After mobbing through the descent, we enter the Iridian Promontory. Our old friends from the Ghost of the Vault quest, the Scoliosis Squadron, has decided to reunite with us. This area, out of every other area in the game, has probably the highest rate of XP you're going to get from killing everything in it, and then from start to finish. It is insane. I'm pretty sure I get like 3 levels, maybe 2.5, just from killing these guys here. Swag me up. Now that we've taken out all the Iridian Guardians and the Crimson Lance that are in the way, it's time for us to go into the vault and confront Steel. Where's my tinfoil, man?
You have failed to listen to Commandant Steele. I've warned you time and again, yet you persist on ignoring my orders. The contents of the vault are rightfully the property of the Atlas Corporation. But you, you belong to me. Yes, the key works. Sergeant, get your team ready to go inside.
Yeah, so Steel fucking died, and this giant tentacle monster that we've dubbed the Destroyer comes out of this big vault symbol. Just to let everybody know, the whole narrative of this game is that the vault was full of treasure. This is the vault. It's literally just a giant dude. We've been completely bamboozled. Which I don't understand how anybody would even believe that, because how would anybody know what's in the vault if they haven't opened it? I mean, really, just think about it. Fine. And playthrough 1 is done. It wasn't very challenging. I did die twice though, so I mean that's pretty embarrassing. What a game. Truly a masterpiece.
I'm sorry I couldn't warn you about what was in it. But for you to be there to stop it, it couldn't have unfolded any other way. You did it well, and your actions haven't gone unrewarded. The key won't open the vault for another 200 years, but I'm sure Tanis will pay you quite the fortune for it. Now go. I'll be watching.
She does not pay you a crazy amount for it either.
Ooh, but check me out.
Oh shit.
Down.
That's the end of the main story for Borderlands 1, thus ending our first playthrough. In the Game of the Year Enhanced Edition of Borderlands 1, 7 chests will spawn outside of the Destroyer. In the original game, nothing spawned. You basically just got a few whites and greens and get told to get the fuck out. And then the 6th chest in the middle, the 7th chest in the middle, gives you a set of specific Gearbox weapons, which they added to this specific version of the game. But I don't really like using any of them, so it doesn't really mean much to me. But the other 6 have high quality loot, or a higher quality tier of loot that they can give. So usually you could get something pretty good. So I hope I got something good, but I didn't. Now that playthrough 1 is done, and we've entered playthrough 2, we can start farming pearlescents, right? Well, technically we could, but you can't actually get pearlescents anywhere inside of the base game. And because pearlescents are so rare and some of them are the most powerful items in the game, I want to try to attain them at the highest possible level I can obtain them at. That being said, we need to blast through the base game yet again. After going through the base game on playthrough 2, I was quick to do a few side missions and ended up farming Iridians for XP. However, as I quickly approached the level cap, I came to the realization that while farming Iridians is great for XP, it isn't great for loot acquisition. Instead of farming Iridians to level cap, I opted to take the time to unlock some good loot farms for my character while I could still receive XP for doing so. This is when I started the Claptrap Revolution DLC. The Claptrap Revolutions DLC was the fourth and final DLC for the original Borderlands. It provides context to the mysterious interplanetary ninja assassin Claptrap cutscene that appears at the end of the base game, as it had been unexplained until this point. Claptrap essentially is reprogrammed to take out the Vault Hunters by the Hyperion Corporation, which is who makes the Claptraps, but in doing so, Claptrap gained a sense of self-worth and decided to rally all other Claptrap units into a revolution against their fleshy makers. Since the Claptrap Revolution had gotten out of hand, the Hyperion Corporation had hired us, the same people they try to get Claptrap to kill, to help solve this problem in their stead. Since the DLC was the last one to come out, a lot of the characters' bosses are recurring characters from the main game or past DLCs, brought back to a robotic life by the Revolution. Considering that this is the first DLC we're doing on the save, some bits, unless you already know the context behind the other DLCs, can be extremely confusing.
I know a little song. If you'd like to hear it, I can sing it for you. Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer to arm of cruising to shiver.
After going through General Knox, Steel, Dr. Ned, again, but for the first time actually, we finally got the Claptrap himself. Finally, the true final boss of Borderlands. After killing Marcus, but not really, Claptrap has his little Joker moment and then unveils his true power.
For your kind, prepare to face the fury of mega interplanetary ninja assassin Claptrap.
'And there you have it. After defeating the mega interplanetary ninja assassin Claptrap, that's my knack for slang, we use slang around here, we have to face off against the Claptrap himself, the interplanetary ninja assassin Claptrap, INAC for short, just some more slang. You might be asking yourself, why did we even do this? I've been using the same weapons the whole time, what loot did I gain? And you're right, I didn't really gain much loot, until right now. You're about to see the whole purpose of me beating this DLC. $18 high-tier red chests, along with a singular white and greenish white chest. And you don't only get to unbox these once. No. You can farm these chests infinitely by just saving, quitting, and running back on the Tartarus station free of charge. It is the fastest and easiest high-tier weapon farm in the game. Assuming you don't want pearlescents, that is, which we do, those are still a 0% chance to obtain from these chests. After farming the loot station for a bit to get some higher tier weapons up at my level, I find an Equalizer Masher. Oh, if my reaction didn't tell you how good of an item that is, I don't know what will, to be honest. You might be asking, where am I? What am I doing here? What is the purpose? Listen up, we're in the end game now, buddy. There is a non-0% chance, starting right now, that I could be obtaining a pearlescent item from any moment. This is the third DLC of Borderlands, the Secret Armory of General Knox. General Knox is, believe it or not, a general from the Atlas Corporation, the same Atlas Corporation that was the main antagonist from the base game. The DLC surrounds the fact that the Atlas Corporation has a giant weapons outpost that they are building on Pandora, and that we want to steal everything from it and then blow it the fuck up. This DLC is also the only place in the entire game that you can even obtain a pearlescent item. How to obtain a pearlescent item I'll get into in a second. Like these chests. These chests are one of the best ways to get pearlescent items. As for the story, we're on our way to go talk to our Atlas informant, Athena, but she's at Moxie's bar, Moxie being Scooter's mother, so we're on our way to go see her. General Knox has an echo talk with us, tells us how he doesn't really want to be here, and that this planet smells like hemorrhoids wrapped in bacon.
Mr. Shank, is that you?
Nope, just yours truly.
You need something, sweetie? Are you ready to rescue the princess? I think you can handle it.
After talking to Moxie, she tells us that Athena was here, but Moxie's ex-husband turned bandit leader Mr. Shank busted his way into the bar and stole Athena away. Not really sure why he did that, what bad blood they have. Maybe he was held out for like an Atlas bounty or something, I don't know. And that they're held up in a prison that he uses as his hideout. So, on we go to said prison. On top of those Crimson Lance chests, there are other ways to get pearlescent items. Pearlescent items can be dropped from badass bruisers, the Lance Pyros, badass engineers, drifters, and lancers, but A lot of those are very, very small chances. Actually, not a lot. They all are. So those aren't going to be the main ways we obtain pearlescent items. Regardless, it's still worth looking out for. After breaking into Mr. Shank's prison, he echoes us to ask us if we just blew in from Stupid Town.
Yeah, stop! Oh my god,
Let's teach him a lesson!
Let me out! Can't tell me your age! Girls of all ages like candy!
Shank sticks his shank into another man, which is something I'm pretty sure he likes doing frequently.
One of these a long time ago. Time to get down to business. Nothing like a challenging day.
After killing Moxie's ex-husband, we go to free Athena, the ex-Atlas Omega assassin that is hell-bent on getting revenge. And usually the mission would end here, but my ass forgot to pick up the quest item that Mr. Shank dropped, so I had to run all the way back to his body, then come all the way back up to Athena's cell.
God, that scares me every time.
Not bad.
On our way out, Mr. Shanks' girlfriend decides to pay us a visit, but we give him the same fate that we gave Mr. Shank, unfortunately.
Me again. The Admiral gave me a to-do list for today, written in crayon. Seriously, he spelled prison with a picture of a tree and some macaroni put to it. I work for children. Literally, the Admiral is five. Goddamn nepotism.
I play the role of Chris Hansen in this situation and tell Claptrap that he is free to leave the front door whenever he feels like it. Killing some drifters on the off chance that I get a pearlescent from them, because I've had pretty odd luck with them in the past, so I'm kind of superstitious about killing them. We meet Athena back at Scooter's place, and she hands us a new task, to find the secret code to the armory. Pick up some needed side missions from Marcus before we head out to find a left echo device by a Lance soldier.
Ice cream day! Oh snap! It's ice cream day! Rocky Road! A la mode! Oh, I'm in the mode for ice cream day! Oh, dear God, what was that? Oh, you were recording that? Dude, that is so mean! You are so mean, Derek. I am not sharing my ice cream with you. It's Rocky Road, too.
Oh, I heard. I just need the access code for today.
No, Derek. It was your day to have the access code. I'm on personal ice cream leave of absence. Code 3.5.31 in the manual clearly states.
Then where is the code?
Oh, you had it. I saw you.
Oh, no, that is bad. Oh, I screwed up big time.
What did you do, Derek?
I might have played hooky to go check out the world's largest bullet. I think I left it there.
You left the access code. Something that jeopardizes all of our lives, that's all of them, at the world's largest bullet?
Yes, correct.
I got ice cream. Ice cream. Haven't you tried Engorge yet? What's stopping you? Side effects? Are a few seeping boils going to stop you from satisfying the woman you can never obtain?
Athena masks our echo conversations over other frequencies while we make our way to the world's largest bullet to go find the misplaced armory code.
The Admiral just made French toast out of a sock. Freaking gum.
Now, our mission is simple. Enter through a side entrance to the armory, loot the place, and then blow it the fuck up. In this outpost you get to right before the armory, there's always 2 chests that spawn in 2 of 3 locations right before you get to the armory. One of these chests will always have a Crimson Shorty in it, which is one of 3 ways only in the game to obtain on-level items, so level 69 items. Most items cap out at 68, unless they are obtained from either a Crimson Shorty, a Loot Goon Goliath, or just a Loot Goon Bandit, sorry, and the item of the day in the Marcus shops. Now, all that stood between us and the army was General Knox.
Well, that's just inappropriate timing. I got tired of waiting. It was open to be dead before you got here. I can't stand this place. Make you a deal. If you best me in this fight, which seems likely, maybe you could just blow the planet up entirely. Kill all of them. That's the fairest thing to do.
General Knox is a tad bit more difficult in his own DLC rather than when we face him in the Revolution, but he is still relatively easy to take on when you have the proper gear. And also, my gear was extremely overleveled because I accidentally fast traveled here in my early game, which sets the scaling to the lowest possible scaling it can be if you don't meet that level requirement. So that's my bad on that. Now, normally, you would just walk forward down the aisle, take the teleporter, or not the teleporter, the elevator, and start the bombs within the armory and loot what you can until the bombs detonate. But you can slip through that missing geometry, like I just did right there, fall down into the armory without the timer on these rockets starting, leaving you able to loot the whole armory. This is one of the best farms in the game, and one of the most notorious things about Borderlands 1 in general is this loot farm. It is that crazy. If you thought the amount of chests in the Claptrap treasure room were good, wait until you see this. The chests in here aren't quite as high quality as the ones at Tartarus Station, but the amount of chests in here is substantial, as well as the fact, as considering General Knox DLC is the only way to get pearlescent items, you have the potential to obtain pearlescent items much better in here than you do in most other farms in the game. The high volume of Crimson Lance chests aside, the amount of chests in general in this area is huge. 123 to be exact, with all white, red chests, Crimson Lance included. So this is an amazing loot farm if you want to do something that isn't the Tartarus Station farm. It has a potential to give you insane items. The Armory farm is in contention to being the best way to farm pearlescent items, but what is that other method? It definitely isn't farming any of the other mobs, like the the defenders or the drifters have a chance to drop it, and you can't farm Crimson Lance chests anywhere else faster than you can in the armory. It's not even close. So what is this other method that I have yet to mention? This other method requires some top tier items to be able to make it better than the armory farm, first of all, which is the main reason why I unlocked the Tartarus Station instead of spamming my way up to 69 before I hit up the General Knox DLC. The method that I speak of is none other than defeating the repeatable boss in the You Will Die mission, posted in Tebow Junction after beating the General Knox campaign. The boss's name is Cromarax the Invincible. This is a sample of the size of what Cromarax drops. This is one kill. This isn't multiple kills stacked on top of each other. He drops a lot of stuff, and has a chance to drop a lot of legendaries. It's pretty insane how much stuff he drops. On top of that, his awesome level is higher than that of most of the stuff in the armory, so if you do get a Pearlescent from him, it's likely to be a little bit higher of a tier than one you would actually find in the armory. Now, talk is cheap. What does it take to kill Cromarax? Well, Cromarax is just a massive version of those crabworms we fought earlier in the game, the ones in the Lost Cave. And by massive, I mean the dude is actually just bigger than New Haven. Firestone, everything. This dude is not playing around. Same as the crabworms from the Lost Cave though, the only weak spot he has is the glowy bits that are outside of his shell. The exception being that Cromarax actually has 6 crit locations rather than just 1. There's 1 on top of his face, like the other crabworms, 1 on each of his limbs, and then 1 on his back. Once one has been shot off for 1/6 of his HP, it will blow up, causing him to do a weakened animation where he throws everything up, and you need to shoot the others off respectively. Typically, that's the best time to do it. The trickiest one being the latter, the one on his back, because you can only shoot it if he isn't looking at you. And if you are A, Lilith the Siren, or B, playing with multiple people, having him not look at you can be pretty difficult. On top of Cromarax, there are 3 types of enemies in his arena that are with you that can only have 3 alive at a time. First is the Crom-Agates that are resistant to everything except shock damage, so you need a shock weapon to be able to take care of them. They're the easiest to take care of in my personal opinion. They have like the lowest amount of HP, I'm pretty sure. But the next up is the Armored Crabworm, which are resistant to everything except corrosion. So get a Defiler out, be able to take care of those guys. Always a good play, maybe a Crux. Finally, there are the Green Crabworms that are resistant to literally everything except fire. And these are the most annoying, because all of these enemies, less so with the Armored Crabworm, but all of them are on top of you at all time, pushing you around, throwing you around the map. They are hell. Specifically the Green Crabworms. Snipers are typically the best way to take care of Cromarax with his crit spots, but I hadn't gotten a sniper good enough at this point to one-shot his crit spots yet, so I managed with the good masher, and any good masher I could find really, and if you can't find any good sniper like that, I would recommend to do the same. Anything to increase your critical hit damage is going to be good regarding class mods and weapon bonuses, etc, etc. And typically with snipers you want a Skull Masher or a Bessie to take care of his crit spots. Those are typically the best. In the clips where I am using a sniper, I'm usually using a penetrator to try and take care of his crit spots. But if I'm not, there is a few where I was using an Invader Sniper, not the pistol. There's 2 of them. There's an Invader Pistol and an Invader Sniper. I was using the Invader Sniper with a 95% crit rate sniper comm on Mordecai.
I like that.
It finally happens. After 5 armory runs and 31 Cromerax kills, a Pearlescent item dropped. And my mic was muted.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. Get your goddamn ugly ass on.
My ass was hooting and hollering. I went to go show my older brother. He didn't care, but I didn't care that he didn't care because I finally got it. But then I remembered that it's a shield. I kept talking about Pearlescent weapon this, Pearlescent weapon that, not waiting to be able to show off some cool Pearlescent weapons that are in this game. How the fuck do I show off a shield, stand and fire, and compare how long it takes for me to go down compared to the other shield? It's barely better. You could actually argue that my purple shield is better than the Pearlescent one I got, my purple tough guy shield. Even if I got a terrible weapon like the Jackal or the Undertaker, it would still be funny to look at, because like, haha, I farm so much, at least it does something cool. But I get shot out all the time, and shields are the most boring items in the game. They're just so stagnant. It's like, yep, this is a shield, this one's better, this one's not. I don't know how to cope with this. We're clocked in at 26 hours, 34 minutes, and 7 seconds. Borderlands has a lot of items. Guns alone make up of 17.5 million of those items inside of the game, and however misleading that statement actually is, which trust me it is, there are actually some really cool weapons and items all across the Borderlands franchise. I would love to show y'all maybe one of the Pearlescent weapons, maybe not a fucking shield, but you know, God chose me and said no, which, you know what, I'll play the cards I'm dealt, that's fine with it. I don't need to show you right now, maybe we can do that another time. In terms of the videos I've made throughout my life, this is easily the most amount of effort and time I've put into making a video, not only for this channel, but just in general, and I'm really glad I did it. Ever since I've started making this video, I've gotten a lot more happy, had a little bit more pep in my step, and I've been significantly happier throughout all facets of my life, knowing that I was doing something that, while it isn't the greatest of quality and it's very amateur and the quality of said project is at best subpar, I could at least say that I enjoyed making it and I am proud of what I put together. There's lots of things I would have liked to done in this video, but didn't due to my terrible planning skills, lack of editing experience, and lack of wanting to commit to something even longer than this. But I can honestly say that at the end of this video, I'm proud that I've made this. If you've made it this far, thank you. I really do appreciate it. And for anyone who even clicked on this video, even if you hopped off a second later, I appreciate that you even gave it a shot. I really enjoy the Borderlands franchise, IP, whatever, and would love to hear any ideas or requests of videos that you thought might be cool, kind of in the similar vein of this. Even if it's completely out of left field, just let me know, maybe I'd be down to do it. And most importantly, thank you to my hunter, my boy, Chuck McGill, for you have kept us all safe throughout the wasteland that is Pandora. And you will continue to do so without my reign. Thank you, and have a good night. Marcus D, everybody. Marcus D, everybody. Give it up for Marcus D. M-A-R-C-U-S space D, capital M. He made almost all of the music I put in here, other than the Castle Crasher music. Go to Spotify or something, dude. He's crazy, man. I've been listening to his ass for like 10 years, bro. Please, man. Please, come on, do it, man. You can do it.